Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Jesse's Garage. This is part two, by the way, of our incredibly massive tool haul. In fact, I think the title was one of the largest tool hauls YouTube has ever seen. So I don't know, you be the judge. I've seen a lot of videos. I've seen some pretty good tool hauls out there, by the way. So I think this is right up there with the best of them. But again, you be the judge. So what we're going to do today, we're getting ready to have our garage sale. And so let me take you up to the front garage. Let me show you what I'm putting out first. And so we're just trying to get rid of that so that way I can make room to sell all the hand tools and to do all of that. And so, you know, our goal is we're trying to get our money back. We spent a lot of dollars on this. And so, we're gonna reveal that in probably the next couple of videos. And then don't forget, try to count some pieces. The garage, I'm not so worried about. You know, you can count a little bit there. I'll kind of throw a bundle number in the tally, so that way we can kind of go from there because there's a lot of big pieces that way. But anyways, let's go up to the front garage real quick, and then after we get done with that, we'll come back and we'll go through and start going through some of these trays. Now, some of the trays that we're going to do first of all, incidentally, are going to be some of the more generic tools. And the reason why we want to do that is because we want to run through these so that way I can get them in the sale. So this is day two, by the way, that I'm shooting this video. Day one was yesterday, and incidentally, between the boxes that I already sold and what I did yesterday, I paid for the entire haul already. And so, in fact, I haven't made a lot of money yet, and so I'm only $50 to the positive, but I'm not in the hole. So that's pretty good, right? And so I really think that that's pretty good. And so let's go through and get you there, and then we'll come back, look at a few trays, and then those are the things, again, today's day two of the garage sale, I'm going to put out. All right, here we go. Let's get the camera turned around and get you going. All right, so as we come over here, you can see that she had a ton of these little thumb wheels. And so I just kind of got them marked down just a little bit, some pretty generic type of stuff here. But that'll be kind of our little teaser. She had some starters. She had speedometers for Jeep parts and different things like that. And we also have some fuel line, as we can see, some mower parts and carburetor parts. And so we're just kind of pricing them all out as we can go down the road here. The pneumatic brake oil extractor and bleeder kit. So some timing lights, some battery chargers, some body puller kits, different things like that. Sorry, it's still dark in here, so the lighting is not the best. So she had all of these socket rails, some screwdrivers, miscellaneous stuff. You might remember that Stanley box, so just full of tools. So there was that, and then we had some of this here and some of this here. So we'll see. We're going to be making some deals today. And then she had all this specialty stuff. So like this blind inner bearing puller. Let's see here. Can I read it here? No slip pulley puller, and then rear axle bearing puller set. 3-in-1 service kits. Boy, she just had all kinds of different things, didn't she? And so as we come through, she had a master ball joint adapter kit. She had several of those. Oops, so this goes right here, I think. And so she had some JTC universal hub pullers. And some of these things, you know, they go pretty good price. Like on eBay, these are going for like 120 bucks. I just got it marked down at a garage sale for 40 bucks. We'll see. So anyways, as you can see, she had some plumbing parts. She had this DeWalt drill and grinder set here. So this little kit that had the drill, and then she also had this little grinder that was in here. I don't know what I dropped, but anyways, oh, you know what I dropped? I dropped a socket. Can't forget that. That belongs here. So there's that. She had an OBD scanner that we have there, and so I'll come back and fix that. And then so she had a gas extractor, some pneumatic tools, I put out one of those just to kind of see. I don't know that this necessarily is a garage sale item, but this 3/4 inch, I put the one that was made in Taiwan, the 4-inch set out, 3/4 inch drive. As you can see, all of these are brand new. Man, she didn't even use them. And so, but anyway, so there's that. She got some deadbolts that are there, old files, very few of those things. I don't know if I'm going to put this out. Actually, I'm going to take this back, I think, because this is new, old stock, never been open. I haven't looked up the year on it, but when I looked down on it at eBay, they were going for a pretty decent dollar for what it is. And I thought, man, you know what? I need to get that out of there probably. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, so just some miscellaneous wrenches that we had throughout the pile. Now, some of these, incidentally, are not hers. Some of these are just things that I kind of drug out because remember all these little hauls that we're doing. And so I just wanted to get rid of them at the same time. But other than that, everything else is hers. So as we can see, she got a little nailer up there. Haven't even priced it out. Bunch of miscellaneous things here. Some hardware. Bunch of old lights. Formica roller, I believe is what that is. And so some Dremel tools. Got a bunch of old hammers. So this was actually in a box. I don't know if you remember me showing you that. I just put it together last night. But this old Eastwood rolling cart, that's actually a very nice looking cart. So we have that table saw that's there, the other little table saw, some little kits that are here. So as we're coming through, we're also seeing that we have just this table on this side, just some miscellaneous boxes. I think this is an oscillating saw, yeah. And so just a bunch of miscellaneous pieces as we get going here. She had a bunch of hand saws, so we got that there. And then underneath here, we've got a bunch more stuff, some oil filter wrenches down there. My goodness, jacks and saws and saws. And so this is a chop saw that she had as well. And then from there, you can see she had a couple of routers, an old Craftsman router table. She had this flooring saw. She had a brand new paint rig down there. I don't know how old it is. There's a buffer down there. This is a rigid chop saw. I think I got it priced pretty good actually, but we'll see. Anyways, there's that. And then a bunch of these old cordless tools that really, I don't think they move very well, so I just marked them out just to get them out of my life. So we got another chop saw there. And then we got a Delta, like a little scroll saw. And then just a bunch of other miscellaneous stuff. We got this rockler saw set up. We got a couple of toolboxes that were left. I think we got rid of pretty much all the toolboxes, so I think those went pretty good. So there's two of these, incidentally. And then on this other side, I'll show you here real quick. Let's see here, we had this engine hoist. And so as you can see there, and so that is it for the garage. All right, so this is what we have out thus far. You can see, let me see if I can kind of pan out back here and kind of give you an overview of what we're looking at here so we can get back in this corner. But this is what we have in just the miscellaneous stuff that we're selling. Now, I'll probably be digging out some of that Craftsman, you know, the stuff we really went after. This is just all the miscellaneous stuff I needed to get out and get it out of here. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. All right, here we go. We'll get you back to the camera and let's get back to the video. All right, we're back. Wow, can you believe that? It looks a lot different than that first time I showed you the garage in the original video, doesn't it? Well, I gotta tell you, as I said, today's day 2 of the garage sale. It's early in the morning, it's like 5:36, and yesterday was a doozy of a day. So we made our money back with what we did in the garage sale. So we got rid of already, incidentally, the Craftsman Professional box, the little roll-around box. We got rid of the upper and lower Craftsman box, and then almost everything in that garage sale. So I say that few specialty tools. So we still have some of those left. Actually, I'm digging out more I'm going to put out there today. But let's take a look at some of the other ones. Now remember, I've been dividing up into these baker's racks all the different things. So this video is going to show us just some of the generic stuff, just so I can get it out there. And then the next video is when we start getting into all the goodies. All right? All right, so let me get the camera turned around and I'll start showing you what we have. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's start off. Probably some of these awkward wrenches. Let me bring those out. So we have these, incidentally. So let me zoom out just a little bit. And so as we go through, we have these little distributor wrenches. I believe that's what they are. And so let's see if we can have a name on it. So you can see they're Craftsman. But look at the condition of this. Now remember, this lady was a Craftsman collector. And so she had all of this in her stash there. So this one here, let's see here if I can see a size. It's a 12 millimeter. So hopefully you can see that there at the end. And so there's one. She had another one here. So this one here is a 9/16. And so again, the condition is just pretty. All right, so our next one, let's see here. This one does have a little bit of a spot on it. I haven't given this one a bath at all, but nevertheless. So, but as we go through, this is a 1/2 inch. And so that's kind of cool. So we'll put this back over here. We got 2 more of these. And this one is a 9/16 as well. And so made in the USA. The majority of her tools were all USA brands. Very little did she have that was foreign stuff. But anyway, so as we go through and look at our last one, another 1/2 inch, and so model 47682-7. So that's what we have. All right, so there's some specialty wrenches. Let's see if I can stand these up, by the way. Get these out of the way. And then let's look at this other tray with some of these other things. So we had some other wrenches that she had. So remember I said she had just a little bit of foreign stuff? Well, this is probably one of the extents that we have here. So this is just some kind of like double curved wrenches that way. And so I kind of threw them in a set there. So she had, a total of 5 of these. And so just little foreign made wrenches. So we have that there. And then let's see here. She had some other specialty tools. And so we have KD, a gentleman that's in our audience. And so KD, the tool guy. And as we're looking through, let's see if these are it actually. So I want to make sure. Where did I see that at? No, I'm sorry, not these ones yet. And so these are just another form of wrench. And so they have the 3/8 inch drive here. They have the male version here and another one there in a couple different sizes and a couple different shapes. So I threw those in there, so bundled those up together. So we'll put those out on the sale. And then this is what I was thinking about for the KD. And so we have these angle wrenches here, so 3/8 inch. They're a matching pair, so we have those. And so I've never used these before. I've used these distributor wrenches for some old cars my dad and I used to work on, but so I have not used these. So those are kind of cool, I think. So we have that there. Love it. All right, and then from there we have some more wrenches, and so like some. Kind of reminds me of brake bleeder valve wrenches. Now remember, she tattooed a lot of her stuff, right? And so we'll get these turned around just a little bit. So we have 5/16 and 3/8 inch. And so that's what we're looking at there. So we have that. So we'll get all of these foreign jobs out of the way and see what else we have here. We got some brake tools. Let's get into some brake tools. And so we got a couple different versions of these. And so I kind of bundled them together, by the way. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but Craftsman, and so we can see maybe this one has a little bit of more of an arc to it versus the straight. And so that was one set, and then she had another set that is here as well. And let's see here. I think this one had Craftsman barely on it that we could read. Oh, had it right the first time. And so as we're going through, we have a Craftsman 45495, I believe, something like that. And so anyways, that has a different kind of finish on it as well, as opposed to that. And then as we get going, so we have some brake tools in the form of removing that cap for that spring on some drum brakes. And so we have a couple of these that kind of stood out to me. And so kind of grouped those together that way. And then from there, let's see here. She had a lot of duplicates even, right? And so had you guys noticed that in the videos that way? And so here's what I found as far as some other tools that I believe belong to doing some brake work. So it's been a while since I've done some brakes like that, but nevertheless, there's a whole selection of brake tools that go there. Let's see here. I don't know what these are for. Maybe we can get you, find people in the audience to kind of give us an idea. So if you're familiar with this, I've not used this. And so this unscrews, incidentally. And so it has this little notch here. I'm thinking it's to grab like a spring or something of that sort. So, but I could be totally wrong on this. And so that's what it looks like there. We have 3 of those, and so I'll screw that back on. But we have 3 of those that came on this tray. And then talk about some more brake tools. So this is kind of a different angle as well of one. I don't know what brand this is. Let's see if there is even a brand. And so this one says brake tool, obviously 230 brake tool. But as far as brand, unless I'm missing it, I don't think I see one. Made in USA, or right there, KD. So there's another KD tool. So we have that one there. And let's see here. As we go through, we have a couple of more. And let's see. I don't know that they have a brand on it, but let's see. And so wear eye protection. As we're coming through here, I don't see anything there. And so, but nope, I don't see it on that one. And then this one here, you might notice there's a little bit of an angle difference there. And so 2 different kinds. And looking on here, again, I don't see, oh, wait a minute. There we are, KD tool, another KD tool. This one I don't think said KD tool. It does say something down here though. Oh, Taiwan. So it's just a foreign made one there. But this is the KD tool one here. So KD tool guy, educate us on that. So we love that. A few more pieces. Oh, I found 2 more of those ones that I think are for the spring. So we have that. And then of course we have these here, and we have some different sizes, it looks like, or maybe they're all the same, probably what it is. And so I got this size here and this size here. And so is this like a reamer of some sort, like an outside reamer? But I'm not familiar with that as well. So maybe if you guys know, put that in the comments, let us know that way. All right, so this is tray number 1, incidentally. So let me pause the video to get this out of here, and then we'll look at tray number 2. Okay, so we're on tray number 2. So we got just this little bundle. It looks like she was trying to sell it for $10 at her garage sale, but nothing special here. So these are some task force, yeah. So little chisels that way. So we got a 1/2 inch. So we can get this tape off of here, because we're probably not going to sell them for $10. We're going to get rid of this stuff so we can make some room. So we got a 3/4, 1 inch. We got 3 different ones right there. Is what we have in this little bundle there. And then she also had a few more chisels. And so now this one had the original plastic package. Check that out, a Sears 3-piece wood chisel set. Love that, man. So I think I'll be keeping this one, honestly. And so I'll come through and let's pull one of them out. And so, man, look at that. Wow, talk about just really nice condition that way. So it's been used a little bit, I think. but the handle, the coloring on there is still really good. So we got the 1/2 inch that's there. Let's see here, this one here. Yeah, you can tell she's probably used it. Maybe even on some drywall, kind of looks like. But anyways, and so this one here is a 3/4. And so, wow, a little bit of wear down there, but still, where do you find these in the original box that way, right? And so, and then this one's going to be the 1 inch. And so, again, a little bit of stuff here and there, but wow. So she never struck on them or anything like that. The tips on them are pretty decent. So anyways, that was in her little bundle as well. So love that. The case is starting to have a little bit of condition issues over here, so I hate that part. But we're just gonna keep it and clean it up nonetheless. And so beautiful set that way. All right. Speaking of chisels, she had a few more as well. And so check out these black handled chisels with the striking cap on them even. And so, wow, look at that. I mean, that thing is nice, isn't it? And so, let's see what it says, forged alloy steel. And then it even has our number, USA, Western Forge, probably AB, 1/4 inch. And so that was one, that's a great find. And then two, here was the next size up. This one happens to have still the original tip protector on there. And so, oh my goodness. So love that one. And this is the 1/2 inch. So we got the 1/4 inch, we got the 1/2 inch. And then let's see what the next size up is here. And then this one here is the 3/4. And so I wish these were a little bit cleaner on this, but man, that's super easy to clean up though. And then from there, we have another black handle Craftsman, so we're starting to get a set, right? And so 3/4 of an inch. So we have that. And then the next size up is going to be our 1 inch. Same kind of condition on these handles. My goodness, that is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so as we get going, we have another 1 inch, but this one has the tip protector there. So we love that. And then the last one that we have in this series is going to be the 1.25 inch. But again, look at that. Look at that. I mean, even the striking cap, the metal cap that's on here is excellent. So all of these are beautiful. So my goodness, so we got that whole set going on there. I'm going to reorganize it because we're going to look at a few more tools on this particular tray. And I was just trying to group these tools just by what I thought would be applicable here and kind of go from there. So had this, she didn't have a lot of old screwdrivers like this, but she did have this Stanley Handyman. And so, wow, look at that, H1270. And so still has a lot of the original paint on there, flat handle. The tip is still really nice. So that was a nice find. Then from there, so she had a bunch of little knives, not that it matters, but we're just kind of trying to show you all the haul, right? So just like a little scraper blade there. She had a couple of these maxi knives. These are actually, they feel pretty good. They're heavy duty like crazy. So that's kind of fun. So we had a couple of those. And then we had little Stanley. So this was a little bit different. So it actually flips out from here. Maybe different for me because I just don't have that one. But, you know, I collect a few of these little utility knives. So here's a little Craftsman. Here's another form of a Stanley. And so we got a couple of those going on. Let's see here. She had some cobalt knives. And so here was another one. And then we had this one here, which was a Stanley as well. And so as we get going, there's a little knife there. So I'd never seen that one. So that's kind of different. And then we have a Roberts. Now this is for carpet a knife, I believe. But oh my goodness, I love that. Just love it. And so it's just the look, the advertising. So I love that part. Let's see here. She had a couple more knives. Utility knives, and so this one is just a generic one, I think. But nevertheless, there's another one there. But check this one out. So this is maybe well, we got two more. So let me show you this one first. And so just a little Swiss Army knife there. So nothing special there. But get this one. Man, has a little bit of this wood handle, it looks like here. And so, but as we get going, man, look at that. It says Craftsman on it. And so I love that. And so, again, it's not one that I have in my collection. And so that's good. Now, oh my goodness. And so as we get going, remember that other Craftsman knife that we just recently got? I didn't know I was going to be a Craftsman knife collector. And so, man, we love that. Love it, love it, love it. All right, the last thing in here on a utility knife, she just had this package on a great neck. And so it had a matching pair for the full size and little baby size here. But anyways, that's what she had that I could find in knives. And then, of course, she just had this little battery cleaner here. So battery terminal cleaner. And then, I don't know why I put this in this little pile here, but apparently I did. So we might as well dig it out so we can get it out in the sale. And so this one here is just a little puller. And so, and this lady had pullers like crazy. So there you go. That's what we have on this tray. All right, so let's kind of get this wiped away, and then let's go on to the next one here. Okay, one more thing real quick I forgot is that we got another set of Stanley chisels here. And so these are the yellow handle ones. And so they come in this little block as well. So that's another find for the chisel category. And then from there, oh my goodness, we just got a bunch of miscellaneous type of pliers. And so I kind of grouped the pliers by their brand. And so this one here is MT, maybe. That's what that looks like. And so, but it's a pretty good size pair of pliers. In fact, let's see if we can measure that out. And so this one here is 16.5 inches. And so we have that. We got some cutters. So some little metal cutters here, metal tin snips. And so we have those. We got a couple of different versions of that. Actually, we have, and just to kind of give you an idea of this lady here. And so we have 3 of these actually. And so, my goodness. All right, that's just what I found so far. So let's just see what we have here. So we got a couple more pair of shorter pieces here. So these are Task Force. So we have those. We'll put those there. And then as we go through, we have another pair of just generic pliers here. So as we get going, let's see here. Some little slip joint, I believe. And so see if there's a brand underneath this sticker. Now some of this stuff, the blue tape is from when she was selling it at her garage sale. And so some of the stuff I noticed that was pretty high dollar there. But this is a Fuller, and so that's kind of nice. I got a little bit of a Fuller collection going on. And so why? I don't know. I don't know. Somebody made a comment, and then I just start putting some pieces aside. So I may put that aside, but nevertheless, that's there. And so this is just another pair of cutters here. And so lock, open, 2 position. So we probably open that up and away we go. So we can cut on that, then we can lock it down. And so that's kind of cool. And then these, as we get going, I think they're a spreader of some sort, but I'm not familiar with that. So if you guys know or use that, please let us know on that part there. Appreciate you there. Let's see here. We got a couple other pair of pliers. Let's see what they are. So we got another one that's just no name, I don't think. And so got some owner's marks on it, but that's about it. So we have that there. And then we got a larger pair. And this is Globe Master, so 4111. And so we have that there. Okay, let's see here. We got some other pairs of pliers here that are all specialty pliers. And so we can see this has a soft grip on it. so you can kind of grab a hold of something without ruining it too much there. So have that. We have a different version of that here. So, you know, sometimes it's just nice, even though these are not, you know, like high end, but they are kind of nice just to have some different angles on them, different ways that you can grab those. And so we love that, right? And so and then we go through, we have another KD tool here. So that's nice. This one's got a little bit of a bend to it, but I think that can be straightened out super easy. And so as we go through, and it loses my mind what these are called. Doggone it, I use them all the time. I just forgot. So put that in the comment. I told you I was losing my mind, right? So when I bought this haul, so there we go. So we have that. And then we got some needle nose and some other fencing pliers. So this is just a generic set of needle nose. We have that. And then we have some fencing pliers. And so that's kind of cool that we have that there. And then we got some water pump pliers, or no, wait, these are probably cable cutting pliers. And so Pittsburgh, so we have that. Put that right over there. Let's see here, what else do we have? So we have some channel lock, it's not channel lock, locking pair of pliers here. And so take this price tag off of here because we're going to put our own price on it when we go through. But this basically is brand new though. So you can see the teeth on this bad boy here. So, but anyway, so we have that. We have these plastic pliers just to kind of pinch different things off, and this locking ring at that. So that's kind of neat, right? And so we love that. And actually, we have a ton of those, by the way. And so let's go ahead and count those up right now, and let's see. In fact, I think I have more than this, but nevertheless, we got the larger version, so we got two of those. And on the orange, we actually have two different sizes of those, so there's two more there on the smaller version. So there was one there, two here, and then we have some yellow ones as well. And so, goodness, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think I have probably two more. Actually, we probably have. Let's see here. There's another one here and another one there. And then we also have probably a couple more pairs of those. So I'll have to dig those out. All right. And then as we get going, we also have our little cutters here. So as we get to looking at that, so we have 1, 2, and so we have 3, we have 4, so we have 5. So we have 5 of those. And then let's see here, some little tiny pliers, a little tiny slip joint pliers here. So we got 3 more of those. And then we also got this one here, which I don't think is, where it says MT on it. So I'm not familiar with MT. It's a foreign made one, but has, looked like she probably put some tips on here to non-marring tips type of thing. Okay, and then from there, we also have some bolt cutters. And so, my goodness, and so we have this one here. That's one of the bolt cutters that I found in her stash. And that one is 14 inches. And then, let's see, the next size up that she have, I believe this is an 18-inch. And so this is an 18-inch pair of bolt cutters. And then we have the next size up. And so this one here is the 24-inch. And so I can't even get it in the frame, not underneath this little tiny camera, but nevertheless, we have that. And then she also had this power grip, which is kind of cool, incidentally, because with the power grip, you can lift this handle back and it'll fold and it'll make it, let's see if I can do it real quick, and it'll make it smaller for storage. So you cut down on some height. I still can't get it in the camera. But anyways, so it locks in place here and then it goes there. I never use these, but they look very interesting. So I'm kind of intrigued about that. Let's see here if I can get it back going. And then we'll throw this in there. And I think there's 2 more. Let me see what we have here. Let me grab them real quick. Okay, so I found two more of these plastic pliers, and then here's the other two that I was referring to. So they fell behind my table. So anyways, there's those. And so we have these other pair of pliers. They're kind of a specialty plier that you can kind of maybe grip around an oil filter, is what I'm thinking this may be. And so there's that one. We have an adjustable wrench here, a Stanley. And so there's this one here. Actually feels pretty nice, actually. And so, but nevertheless, so there's that. And then talking about bolt cutters, we got another 24 incher. And so that's this bad boy here. And so, my goodness, how many bolt cutters is that, by the way? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 pair of bolt cutters. But going back to that, that tough built and that compact pair. So here's a smaller version of that. And so that kind of gives you an idea of how it folds up. I don't know how tough that is, but it's pretty interesting. So this one says 14 inches, but isn't that just kind of different? Man, I don't know. I kind of dig it on it. I might keep these, both of these, because you know what? The thing about bolt cutters is that, man, they just take up a lot of room, right? And so there you go. All right, that's what we have on our kind of what I put together as maybe stuff that we're going to put in the sale. But now that I'm looking at these foldable ones, I might keep those just for, if nothing else, for novelty's sake. All right, so there's that tray. Let's see if I can grab maybe 1 or 2 more trays, and then we'll probably call it good on this video. But let me go grab another tray. I'll be right back here. Okay, so we are back again. So we got a couple of different ones. We got a pair of Vims here. So they're kind of a specialty type of pliers, so that's kind of cool. I don't know what those are called, but that's kind of neat. We got some electrical strippers, and so let's just kind of see if I can find those. So we got 2 of those. Let's see, maybe that's, oh no, she's got more. So we got 1, 2, and incidentally, these are Gardner Bender brand. So we got 1, 2, 3 of those. One of the other, let's see here, I think we got another one here. And so this is not the same brand. And so let's see here, I think I got a couple more sets, at least 3 more. So this is just a real generic set, but it's Mize wire, so we have those. So that's kind of different. And then we have a Gardner Bender again, and Gardner Bender again. So that's kind of what we have in that area. So we got some little nips. Let's see if I can find all the nips here. And so, nips, nips, nips. Let's see here, there's 3. All right, so we got 3 different ones here. And so as we go through the same brand, so we got 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pairs. So we got 3 of these. So we have that going on. And then let's see here, talk about some cutters. And so we got some more cutters right here. And so there's that. All right. And then we got some hose separator pliers. And so that's kind of cool. So for tubing and for the hose. And so it actually has the direction, I think, on here, hose and then tube on here. So that's kind of cool. Let's see here. So we even got some other specialty pliers, which I'm not familiar with. Maybe it's missing the tip on there. Maybe that's what it is. That's maybe why I don't recognize it. So there's that. And then, of course, we have these as well. So this is a Craftsman, by the way. And so that's one I don't have in the collection for Craftsman. So that's kind of cool. I'll put that right over here. And incidentally, was this a Craftsman? Made in USA. And it doesn't say Craftsman. It just says Made in USA. So I don't know, but they look kind of similar. Okay, and then from there, a different kind of pliers again. So it looks like maybe this is adjustable to some degree or another. I'm not familiar with the type of plier this is. Performance tool, maybe I can look it up since I have a number there and put it on the video. Okay, so so we have a hose clamp compressor pair of pliers here. So as you can see, as we go through, and do this. And so it kind of comes through. If I took the pair of pliers and then squeeze it together, and then it locks in place. So that way you can kind of get into those tricky areas and get those clamps loosened up. All right, let's see here. I'll find another pair of nips. So we'll put that over here with that section. So we got this pair of pliers here. So there's that. We got some long needle nose with an angle at it, so an offset. So that's kind of cool. It looks like Ampro probably again. It looks like the same brand, maybe not. And so we have those. So remember we looked at those other specialty pliers. There's another one there. And so duckbill. There you go, duckbill pliers. So the long reach that way. So we have that. Looks like we have this one here, which is a CT, just a regular pair of slip joint. But man, that looks pretty clean. But that's her telltale, right? A lot of her stuff was really clean. So water pump pliers to Stanley. So we have those. Let's see here. And got another pair, but this one doesn't have a brand on it at all. So there's that. And then this is kind of along the line of what we already displayed earlier in regards to this here. So then you can, looks like you can lock those in place that way. So that's kind of neat. So we have that there. Yeah, the other one worked the exact same way. And so this one says, this was actually, remember the other one was Craftsman, but this is a KD tool. But it's basically the same type of thing. And then, so we have ML Tools. And so we have that one there. Another type of offset angle pliers here. So we have that. See, this one's even different yet. Check this out. And so let's see here. There's a U.S. patent on that side, and I don't see a brand on it, but my goodness, that's kind of different as well, isn't it? And so, I don't profess to know all the different types that are out here, but as we get going, there's definitely a lot of tools out there that you guys use all the time. This is an older pair. Man, I would like to clean that up. How cool is that, right? And so I don't know that you can see a brand on it right away, but that's kind of neat. And then, see, I think we reviewed one of these already in one of either this lot or the other lot. So this is a Herb brand. Looks like a battery terminal pliers, so that's cool. I love that one. So speaking of some other older ones, some long needle nose. And so I don't see a maker's mark on that one, but that's kind of cool. Let's see here. This is a little bit different, and so not familiar with this. My goodness. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this, so I don't know exactly how to use that. So, but if you guys do, make sure you educate us. In fact, what does this say here? It says CV joint boot clamp pliers. Well, there you go. So she was gracious enough to write that down for us. All right, love that. Let's see here. So we got some specialty pliers here again. So that's kind of cool. And let's see here, patent pending. So there's just different, right? So some older slip joints again. And so we have that. Man, look at how skinny those handles are. So I don't know what that means. Whether it's just kind of a cheaper generic brand or just a particular one, I don't know. So anyways, we have that. Then we're getting into a little bit of some oil filter pliers. And so here's a couple different ones. Here's one made by Fram. And this one is just a no name, but nevertheless, we have a couple of those. And then we have some vice grips going on here. So we got a pair of Stanleys, brand new. So that's kind of cool. We got some Autocraft, and so I'm not familiar with Autocraft. It doesn't say USA, but nevertheless. We got some other fencing pliers by Ace, so that's in this collection. No pair of pump pliers, and so this is a Giller. Man, check that out. I got some Giller. I'm going to keep that one. All right, and so there's that. And then, let's see, Cobalt. So I think we had another Cobalt in the other bundle, didn't we? So we have that for Cobalt. We got some locking pliers here that are needle nose, and so another cobalt, and then this one is not cobalt. I don't think, anyways. If it is, it doesn't have their name on it. So there's that. Let's see here. This might be a matching pair to this one here. So there's that, and then cobalt. So with this, we got 3 cobalts right over here that kind of go together, and then a couple of these other ones. And then we have some Astro. And so this Astro also has this end here. And so again, I'm not that big of a locking pliers guy, so I don't know exactly what we'll use this. So if you have some education for us on that, please put that in the description. All right, so there you go. That's our next pair of plier drawers. And then from there, so man, how many pair of pliers does that make for this lady? What do you think about that? That is just nuts, isn't it? All right, so let's see here. I think let's call the video good here, and then we'll dig into the rest on the next video. All right, let me get the camera turned around here. Okay, and we are back. Wow, we're wrapping up this video. My goodness, we only went through 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 trays. That's it. And of course, we showed you the garage sale. So this is the stuff that's going to go in garage sale day number 2. So we'll see how it goes. I know probably people want a lot more than this, but that's what we were able to get through. So we'll push that out and kind of see where we're going here. But what'd you think? Man, what did you think about all of that? That's just crazy, isn't it? Just the amount of pliers. And I got news for you. I still got probably 2 or 3 more trays of pliers and a couple of trays of vice grips that we haven't even gone through. And that's just plier related. Wow, is that wild or what? But anyways, put it down in the comments. How are we doing so far? Remember, day 1 was yesterday. This is going to be day 2. Day 1 with what we sold prior to the garage sale, and then yesterday we paid for the entire haul. So everything from today on forward is gravy. I don't know. You tell us what you think. Well, but I will say this. That was a lot of work, by the way, trying to organize and straighten up all this stuff. But anyways, we'll leave you at that. Stay tuned. Are you keeping count, by the way? So I'm keeping count. And so we'll go through and see how it goes at the end. All right, folks. And until next time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification, and that like button, please. Put a comment below. And until next time, we'll see you on the next one.